What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Shop Sideline Scoop. Of course, I got my guy here, Big Stupid, ready to go talking some NFL today. What's going on, Big Stupid? How you doing?
Yeah. What's going on, shop? What's
I'm
going on, everybody?
I'm good. I'm good. We are almost at the midway point of the NFL, and the trade deadline has come. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But man, how was your week? How was your week? Was good.
My week has been a week.
It's just been a
It's
week.
it's a day that the sun came up, the sun came down, and it's just one day after another.
All right, all right. I mean, look. Anytime you're on this time side of life, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know things might be bad, and for those out there listening, things might be bad for you. But all is not lost. It could be a lot worse. And hey, I appreciate you just joining with us. I see Roz is in the house. What's going on, Roz? How you feeling? We'll talk about maybe talk about them Packers a little bit. So my guy DTMS with the 40 months in a row subscription. Hey, appreciate that DTMS. All right.
Yeah, that's what you can do for your Eagles and your paid referees.
What's up, B More? Look, you know what? We're gonna start off with Week 8 recap, so we can go ahead and start off with that game, the Commanders and Eagles. I look, you I don't want to be that guy that says the NFL is paying off refs or somebody's paying off refs. Like I don't want to be that guy. I really don't.
However,
I really don't want to be that guy. However, that's why I bring Big Stupid on here so he could be that guy. He could be that
allow me
guy.
to be that guy.
All right, go ahead.
Their offensive line is touted as one of the best offensive lines in the league. Yeah, because they don't ever bother to look for all the holding calls and false starts and illegal lineup procedures that happen to them multiple times a game. Probably because of the Kelsey podcast, they're licking their taints right now, and they love themselves the fucking Eagles right now because I've seen repeated highlights of their line just mugging people and how
Mugging.
they went through an entire NFL game without one penalty, not even a penalty that was able to be declined. Like they played a perfect game, huh? But yet they ripped the dude's face mask off against the Dolphins. Didn't see
No
that.
call. No call.
Then at the end of our game, it was ruled a catch. Then Slay pussies and face an injury like a bitch. Then they managed to look. Then they managed to decide that it wasn't a catch. So then we had the challenge, and then they basically said, "Nah, bro. The script says this game's over, so let's wrap it up."
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yet somehow New York intervened on the Dotson catch, but was nowhere to be found when Hurts skipped that ball into like he was skipping a rock on a fucking lake to Devonta Smith in the first half.
hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I look. The Devonte Smith one really bugs me because I blame Rivera for that. It's the first
Yeah,
half. They're not
he's a clown show. He's an
they're
absolute
and
clown show.
yeah, and we'll talk about that. But like they're not
Yeah.
running hurry up. Like why else would Devonte Smith jump up like a little kid on Christmas Day morning and run to the line of scrimmage and hand the center the ball so they can hurry up and snap the ball? Maybe because he didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody, all the players on the sidelines, it was right in front of the sidelines of the Washington Commanders. All the players are jumping up saying incomplete. The refs come in and rule it a catch. And Rivera's just sitting there with his finger up his nose and gets mad at the ref for not allowing them more time to challenge the play. Like what
It's the
kind of
first half.
it's the first
It was
half. Throw the
fourth
flag.
down
It
in
was
the first half. Throw the fucking flag.
it was the
Nobody cares if you waste time, waste timeouts on anything you want in the
yes.
first quarter.
Yes.
Because half the time you take them motherfuckers with you into the locker room anyway. So
Exactly.
now when you want to decide to go, whoa, I might have needed that timeout later on in the half.
Oh. Look,
Absolute
and
buffoon.
so maybe you don't
Absolute.
throw the flag, but at least call the timeout so you can take a look at it again. Like, just, like, please
Yeah.
fire him already. Fire him already, man. I am just so sick of Rivera. His nonchalant, just sitting on the sidelines with his arms folded. You know, half the time his mic thing is up, so he's not even talking to nobody. He's just sitting there on the sidelines looking dumb and mismanages the game. And then it gets
Yep.
blamed on everybody else. Everybody else gets blamed except for him. Amazing. Amazing.
Oh no,
But
he's getting crushed, but it doesn't matter because we're just supposed to just ride the year out. Because at this point, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. He's gone, Jack's gone, and it's whether or not, I guess it's depending on what the offense does. The rest of the year will determine whether or not Bieniemy either gets caught up in the wash, or if he does good enough, maybe he'll stick around and get interviewed for the head coaching position.
I don't
But
I,
yeah,
I don't see how the enemy hung up it. Like he shouldn't get hung up on the like I get it. He's had some bad
I don't think
games,
he's gonna
some
get
bad
hung up
play
for
calling.
anything bad he's doing. But guys want to, if it's because it's going to be, it's not just the coaching
Oh
staff.
yeah, yeah. The whole
You're talking
everybody's gonna
front
be
office and
GM's
everybody.
gone.
So
Yeah.
they right. So they
I
want
see
to
what you're
bring in
saying.
their people. So they might not necessarily, you want to start from scratch. You want to be like, it's like you're buying a new car and oh yeah, well by the way, you have to take these two shitty tires from your last car.
Damn. Damn. I don't want them two shitty tires.
Yeah, I bought I paid $40,000 for this car. I want four new tires.
Exactly. Exactly.
We'll
Why I
give
gotta
you
take
three, but I need you to take that one.
I just told you to take this car to the junkyard and y'all gonna give me tires from it? Oh my. All right. What else happened um in week 8? Yo, I thought the Giants might have had a chance to beat the Jets. I was actually surprised to see the Jets actually come out because they were losing the whole game. And this is what I don't understand about Jets. Like some games, like they'll play a tough team and they'll look good, and then they play like the Giants and bad. But it just might be one of those teams that just plays to their competition.
Here's what I don't understand. And it's not just the Giants, it's all teams. How do you have a quarterback on your roster? It doesn't matter if he's the third guy. You already knew Daniel Jones was hurt. He came into the season with a neck thing. Tyrod Taylor's another one who
Can't stay healthy.
gets breathed on the
Yeah.
wrong way, and he ends up in the hospital. So how do you have a quarterback on your roster that you are absolutely scared to death to let him throw the football? That was absolutely embarrassing. The fact that all they could do was literally just run the entire
I,
what second half,
second
three
half, yeah.
quarters of that game.
Yeah. How are you
And
an
then the drive
NFL
they had in
quarterback?
overtime, oh, well, God, was embarrassing. Like
Th-
I'm talking Joe Judge QB was a goal line QB sneak against us a couple years ago when they were backed up on their goal line. Bad.
that you know what? That was kind of interesting to see. The fact that you know what it reminded me? It reminded me of Justin Fields when he played us. Was it last year or a couple years ago? And it was like, man, they are so scared to let this man throw down the field. But this man, Tommy DeVito, the man ended with -1 yards passing. Negative
Yeah.
1 yards passing. He threw 7 times, big stupid, 7 times, completed 2 or -1. Like, I feel like I could go out there and at least get 0 yards. Like, like you know how hard it is to throw 7 times and have negative yardage? Then
Yeah,
again,
when four of your passes were halfback screens and the other one was a
yeah,
read option screen.
that's true. That's true. I guess when you throw them behind the line of scrimmage, that's going to happen. But that might have been just something that was their game plan because Tyrod Taylor, before he went out, he didn't have 10 yards passing. He went 4 for 7 or 8 yards. So, like, I don't. So is it great Jets defense or just piss poor Giants offensive football? You choose.
Hey, honestly, how can we shit on the Giants? They beat us.
No. No, and you're right,
So
and you're right.
yeah,
I'm not shitting on the Giants because, like you said, they beat us. So they're definitely a better team than we are. But
definitely
man,
better coach.
oh, definitely. I don't even think it's that
Can
close.
you
I don't even
imagine
think
what
it's that close.
Dayball could do with Sam Howell
I,
and our wide receivers?
yes, but you know what? I feel like I don't know. And maybe I'm just hoping, but I feel like Bieniemy could be that. I actually think Bieniemy is that type of coach. I think Bieniemy is a fired up head coach like a Dayball. But those guys just like our guys just lack motivation. To me, that's a coaching thing. Like
Right.
they just they play. Did they play good on Sunday against the Eagles? Yes, I felt like they played good. I felt like they definitely had way more energy than they had the last two games. Um, couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. And I feel like the Eagles were they were they played to be had that game. Like I feel like if they played the Giants that way, the Giants might have beat them. The healthy Tyrod Taylor. Like I just feel like they made so many mistakes. Look, I mean, we stop like the tush push twice in that game.
Yeah.
We stopped it
At
twice in
least
that
one
game.
time down by the goal line, I
Yeah,
think.
by the
Yeah.
goal line, then we got a fumble from it. Like that was the first time I ever seen the Giants not convert on a tush push,
The Eagles,
or
yeah.
as they, I mean, Eagle, or as they say,
Yeah.
the brotherly shove, the brotherly.
Stuff it right up your
They really need to ban that. They just need to ban that play.
yeah,
Just
just ban it.
just ban it.
It-
It doesn't
It's a
matter
health thing.
if
Yeah.
nobody
Pack it
can
up.
run it good or not. Just ban the play. Just ban. Um,
But at the end of the day, coaching is, it doesn't matter if we have the effort or not. Coaching is always going to cost us. Is going to cost us games now. It's clear as day from our defense. Our defense. That's you bench a guy, your first round pick, who's 5'9". You drafted him anyway. Then you line him up against AJ Brown. He gets absolutely cooked. You give him no help. Then you bench him for 2 weeks. Then you decide to bring him back starting and you line him up
against AJ
against AJ
Brown
Brown
again.
with no help.
I don't I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. It was as if benching him showed him the error of his ways, and now we're gonna give him a second chance to. Like I just think, to be honest with you, look, AJ Brown's a great receiver, a great receiver. I'll say a great. Like if they put St. Juiced on him, like it to me, it was more of you not giving him no help. Like I didn't even feel like it was a matter of, oh, y'all just leaving this dude out on an island and because y'all think he can. Oh, because after a couple of catches, you should have been like, okay, here we go again. Hey, let's have somebody over the top. Let him play
Yeah, do what
underneath.
every other team in
Team
the league
does.
does to a
Yes.
great wide
Yes.
receiver. They double him or give the guy help.
I was
And you
ex-
live with if Devonta Smith beats you, then you live with that.
I was expecting Devontae Smith to have a big game because I was like, oh, ain't no way they're gonna let AJ Brown do what he did last time. No way. No way in hell. Like if you have any kind of coaching like in you, you know we gonna lose another way. We're not gonna lose the same way we lost last time. They lost the
Exactly.
same way they lost last time. The
Yep.
same way, and it was practically the same game actually. Like even the points wise was almost the same score. I don't know. It was bad. Any
Same inconsistent to no pass rush, the same massive defensive back secondary breakdowns that we've seen for 4.5 years. It's the same old story.
I tell you what was not the same old Broncos beating the Chiefs. Who saw that? Who saw that? Broncos beating the Chiefs. Look, I know division games are close, but come on. I didn't see that coming. Have the Broncos turned this thing around in these last 3-4 weeks?
I don't know about turned. I mean, I guess after getting smoked by the Dolphins with 70 points, I mean, there's really nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go but up. Um,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
they played close to the first game, but
Yeah, and to be
I
fair,
mean, they had a
Mahomes
few.
was sick. Mahomes was sick still.
And he looked fine.
Yeah, but
They
that's what I'm saying. He
they
looked
had a
fine.
great game plan. They said we're going to run the ball and we're going to keep his ass on the sidelines up until the fourth. They ran. He was only on the field for 7 plays in the second half until the fourth quarter. So you're not on the field. Your offense, which even though it has Kelsey, is still a work in progress because you don't have any real wide receivers you trust. And then the guy that they traded for to help their punt returning coughs up the fucking football at the 8-yard line.
I also
Can't
heard
have that.
I also heard like they would not let Taylor Swift into the stadium trying to come in, and they said no, no. Yeah, and like KC Goat said, Kansas City had beat them 16 straight games, 16 straight games,
Yeah.
which is hard to do, anyways. Look, they definitely had the game plan that they wanted, which was roll the clock and keep Holmes work.
Yeah, did
Work.
you hear why Taylor Swift wasn't there?
Now why?
Because he was too busy selling pussy in Iceland.
Oh my.
Boom, got it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad we got that out the way early. Glad we got that out the way early.
You never
Oh
know when it's gonna come, but
man. Oh man, look. What about the Bengals beating the 49ers? 31-17 in San Francisco. That was a big win for the Bengals.
Bengals got lucky.
They got lucky.
It's like, no. It's crazy how bad Burrow looked on that Monday night game and as bad as he looked against Tennessee. And then they had that bye week, and then now he looks like Joe Burrow again. He was out there just throwing dots across the field. He was scattering around, running up the middle, getting rushing yards, slamming his head. I mean, they that was Bengals offense from the end of the year last year. And if that's all it took was for his, that's crazy that his calf affected him that much because they look like they're about to potentially get on a roll here,
Yeah.
and they still really haven't involved T Higgins that much. So like once they get him back on back on track scoring, going to be trouble, trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I look, we've seen this ever since Burrow has come into the league, though, right? He started off slow. I hate that they use the pandemic as, oh, that's why he started off slow because like everybody have to. It wasn't just him. Like, I hate when like they chronicled it, right? Like, oh, he had the knee thing, and then the pandemic, and then this calf strain. I'm just like, hold on, pandemic. Everybody went through the pandemic. We actually
Well,
using that
in
as a
fairness,
reason.
Ohio pandemic is probably worse than
Yeah,
than your pandemic.
yeah, you're right.
'Cause
Ohio,
it's Ohio
that's Ohio.
in a pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you know what? He did have to face, I guess, a little bit more severe. But yeah, I mean, he has looked at last game. So I think they were saying because of the calf strain, they couldn't put him under center. And so now he under center, you saw him mixing a little bit more. So no, I mean, Burrow looks like Burrow now. They're gonna make a run. Baltimore needs to collect all the wins they can now.
oh
Because
yeah,
because
Izzy's
the
got it.
Bengals
Okay, so in 2020 they didn't start. They just say got all the pieces. 2021 he was coming off his ACL injury.
22
2022 was appendix
appendix
burst, and
busted.
then 20 Jesus.
They just
They
need to,
just put his ass in the
yeah,
bubble till
yeah,
like week 5.
yeah, yep. Right after the season is done, burrow to the
Yeah, just
bubble.
put his ass in stasis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I- that's crazy. And then, but every time they make a run, and next thing you know, they're competing in the playoffs, and you're just like, man, didn't they get off to a 0-3 start? A 1-4 start? Yep, they are. They are. What does those reasons have to do with starting slow? When your
It's a
main
good narrative,
quarterback,
Garrow. Just ride it out.
when your quarterback is not, when your big time quarterback is not playing, your team is going to start off slow. Your team is going to start off slow. I mean, just imagine well, I was going to say if Mahomes like appendix burst, or he had a calf strain or D thing. I mean, it happens year after year. Just like we said, put them in a bubble as soon as the end of the season. If you touch the field, you can play. Okay, okay, I get it. I get it. Sometimes a 75% Burrow is better than 100% whoever their backup quarterback is. So yeah, I can touch the field.
Yeah, I'm so that's what Lonzo Ball thought, and that's what his doctors told him. Fuck out of here, Garrow. Anyway, moving on.
All right, moving on. Moving on. Let's go. Let's go to the next topic. Oakland. What do you think about this? Oakland fires their head coach, Josh Daniels, and benches Jimmy G all in 1 week. What?
This is strictly for selfish reasons. Two
Uh,
things. One, I wish they had waited another week because I was literally in the process of unloading Jimmy Garoppolo onto somebody.
mm,
But then now they fired him, and then the report later on in the morning came out about how they're going to start the dude O'Connell. So that pretty much torpedoed my trade. So for selfish reasons, I wish they had waited. And the second thing is he shouldn't have been the head coach. He was a clown. He was a clown in Denver. I know this makes Trades very happy. I don't think Lauren particularly cared for him either. And I gotta think Raiders fans are ecstatic, and Devontae Adams should be happy too because he might actually get his career back now. Because what he did to Devontae to turn him into fucking slant boy West Coast out there. So maybe now they can actually turn him back into what he was when he went out to Oakland and at least be entertaining to watch because that's like most of their games are just like blech, blech.
yeah, I mean, look, I I think they really did Devontae Adams wrong because one of the main reasons he came to Oakland was to play with Derek Carr, and then you go ahead and off after 1 year. Um,
Well, that was his fault.
That was whose fault?
That was
Devontae
Devontae
Adams?
Adams' fault.
Oh,
Yeah,
for going there for Derek Carr? Oh
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree, but it's still that's still one of the reasons why you came there. Um, it's crazy because sometimes some games he'll have like 11 targets, and then next game he only. So I don't know what this. I don't know what the offense doing or what the game plan is, but there should be no game plan that doesn't involve him getting double digit targets every week. Every week. Does this
You
make you?
don't go. You
Oh,
don't uproot a place, Garrow, to go there for one person, especially in the NFL, where aside from Patrick Mahomes, everybody else is expendable and can be moved. Sure as hell, Derek Carr didn't have any kind of real flexibility there to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna go out. Derek Carr's gonna be there for the next 5 or 6 or 7 years. I'll go there. No, not smart. So he got what happened to him. He wanted to get paid. He thought his boy was gonna be there, and then they moved on from him because they realized he's Derek Carr. And they got stuck with Jimmy Garoppolo because they basically swung and missed on everybody else. Continue, Shop. I'm sorry.
no, no, no. You're good. Yeah. That's basically what happened. So you think you think he doesn't demand still to be traded? Do you think
Well, I mean, he can't do
this
shit
keeps
about
him?
it now, but I mean, I think he's. I guess he'll probably wait to see what they do in the offseason or see if this dude O'Connell can at least get him the ball. I mean, he did go out. I mean, he's from that. Well, no, he's from Fresno State, so it's really not. I mean, it's still West Coast, so I guess it depends on how they handle the set. I guess technically, I guess you'd call it the second half and see what O'Connell does and how they go on from there.
Yeah. So they named interim head coach Antonio Pierce. Wasn't he a
Former
Giant
Washington
and a
Commander.
Washington Commanders fan? Right. He played for the Giants and Washington, right?
Well, he started here and then he went to the Giants.
Okay, he started right. He started here and then went. Uh, so he'll be taking over. He claims to be, he born a Raider, you know, born in L.A. So we'll see how that turns out. Who's the backup for Jimmy G? Is
It's this was it Alex O'Connell, I think is his name.
that who it is? Alex O'Connell?
I
Oh,
believe so.
backup. Let's. So yeah, so they have two quarterbacks on their roster, Aiden O'Connell and
Aiden
Brian
O'Connell. Okay.
and Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, they're not starting Brian Hoyer.
They're not starting Brian Hoyer.
No. That's a dead. That's just like Jacoby Brissett. That's a dead end wall.
Or we know where that's heading, right? We know
Right.
we know
Yeah.
where that's going. Okay. Brian Hoyer gave the Bears a win. So at this point, I don't know. Like you could see Devontae Adams visibly frustrated. Like that whole game. That whole game.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
you
he
saw him
had
visibly
like
frustrated.
180, like 170 yards and touchdowns if he had a moderately decent quarterback to throw him the ball. Like there was nobody within 5 yards of him, and fucking Garoppolo overthrew him on one, and then airmailed the other one out of bounds.
All right. So I know our next topic is NFL trades, but before we go there, I want to talk injury because it seems like a big thing, especially last week. saw what Kirk Cousins go down. He's out for the season. Do you think Kirk Cousins is on another team?
Um, no, I think he comes back to Minnesota, and they probably might be able to get him at somewhat of a discount because he's coming off of the injury.
I don't know.
I I
His
I
his
don't
his
know if you want
agent
to.
his agent is really good. His agent
I
is
don't
really
know if
good.
you want to rehab. I don't know if you want to rehab an injury that's something like that, and have to potentially go into a new system, new training staff, learn a new playbook when you're kind of on the back end of your career. Unless the Brock Purdy experiment fails and maybe San Francisco looks at it, hey, let's load up maybe 1 year here and try to win a Super Bowl. Maybe that's how he gets out to LA, not LA, but he gets out to California with Kyle Shanahan.
Mhm.
But I don't necessarily. I think it's either him or them or Minnesota.
Dang. Yeah, I think it. I don't know. I feel like there might be a lot of teams, especially like, and it's tough because I agree. I agree with you, Izzy. I feel like Kirk was really balling this year. They had come around. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be on another team. I feel like he's not a hold on. He's not a free agent. He is a free agent at the right.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't think Minnesota brings him back. I don't. Very interesting. I thought it was very interesting that Minnesota went and grabbed Josh Dobbs from Arizona. What'd you think about
Well,
that?
because I think they think that
They they still
they're still in the hunt for a wild card, and at least Josh Dobbs gives you at least quarterback play that you have a chance. But like I said, like to with it, Tim Hall, Bill Hall, Jerry Hall, Don Hall, whatever the dude backup was, and then Nick Mullins who's on IR. Like, yeah, yikes. So you bring in Dobbs, probably give maybe a week, 2 weeks to get some kind of familiarity with the playbook, or I guess you start the dude Hall, and if he's a complete just nothing burger, you at least have Dobbs there you can turn to.
right.
'Cause, they're not winning the division, but depending on how the rest of the schedule goes, maybe you can fight for a wild card spot.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can fight for a wild card spot. That means Kyler Murray's coming back, but I think he's still out this week. So I think it's very interesting that they would go ahead and trade. I guess it's not. They weren't really going anywhere. So why not just trade the backup, and wait for Kyler to
Yeah,
come
well,
back?
they took him off the pup thing, so they have 21 days to get him back on the official roster. So they'd already said that he wasn't probably going to start this week anyway.
Yeah.
So more than likely, if he gets another week to just sit and watch and get fully healthy, and then more than likely he'll start next week.
All right. Well, speaking of trades, we can go ahead and talk about these NFL trades. And of course, the one that, matters to us is, the trade of Sweat and Chase from the Commanders. Love to get your initial thoughts when you first heard each one. What did you think?
I was happy they got rid of Sweat. I never thought he was really that good. I thought he was just a product of playing next to two really good defensive tackles.
Mm.
So to get a high second round pick, not only a second round pick, but a potential high second round pick because the
Yeah, like
Bears aren't really
it's
any good.
practically a late first rounder.
And people love trading into those top two or three spots in the second round. They give up all kinds of shit. So that's a very valuable pick. I mean, they fucking gave away that pick for Chase Claypool. So how smart do they look
Right,
last year?
right,
So
right.
yikes. Um, so I was happy that they traded Sweat because it showed that Ron Rivera is not steering this ship. The people who are gonna who should be making the decisions for the future of this team showed up and said, no, 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 no. It's about 2024. There's
And
no
beyond.
reason to keep guys that are on expiring contracts to fight, scratch, and claw to maybe get a 7 seed. They offered a very high pick. Great, thank you. Then when I heard that they moved Chase, I was kind of surprised because I thought he was playing well. But I guess when you step back and think about it, he's the guy that they really probably wanted to move in the first place. It's
Mhm.
still crazy that all they really got was a makeshift. It's a compensatory pick from San Francisco that San Francisco's going to get from the Texans hiring um oh god, what's the dude's name? D'Amico Ryans and some other shit. So it's really not even a real like it's a third round pick after all the third round picks. So it's crazy that his value was diluted that much because of the injury.
Mhm.
And then of course you find out like I guess all the quote off the field locker room rigmarole I guess also brought down his value. So, but I mean at the end of the day, it was a second round pick. It was a third round pick. Team's not going anywhere. This is draft capital for the future.
Yeah.
And most importantly, the fucking pieces of garbage that are here now won't be the ones using these picks for the future. And that's the important part.
Well,
And I wish they had traded more people. I wish they would have got rid of Gibson, Fuller, whoever.
yo,
Move on. You're starting fresh.
yo, that is my thought exactly. Look, when I heard that they traded Sweat, I was the opposite of you. Well, not really the opposite of you, because you said you thought they moved Chase first. I thought they should have moved Chase, and I was like, oh, dang. So we're gonna move Sweat and not move Chase. But then I heard, well, they're still talking to teams, and then they moved Chase. And then right there, when I heard that they were gonna move Chase, I was like, yo, let's just get rid of a lot of people. Like, let's just get rid of people. Like, if we really are rebuilding and we're just gobbling up assets and curing, cap space, let's go all in on this rebuild. I think B Park said in one of the Discord channels, we've been rebuilding for years, and I'm just like, no, we haven't. We haven't. We have never rebuilt. Like, we have never gone through a true rebuild. It's always
No, it's because
we
under Snyder, he never wanted to fully
he never wanted to fully
commit. It was
commit to a
always
rebuild. Oh, let's go
yeah,
get
it
this
was
high
always
price
the
name.
retooling, and we're
Yeah.
gonna bring in this veteran because we feel we're a player or two away, and
Yep.
this guy's gonna put us over the hump. This guy's gonna put us over the hump, and it never. You can't rebuild when you're giving away draft picks for quarterbacks like we did with RG3. It's never been a full rebuild.
You know what I call it,
It's always
Yaro?
a patch
I
job.
call it dying in mediocrity. That's what you're doing. That's what we have been doing for the last 20 years. Dying in mediocrity. You cannot get ahead in this league by being mediocre. You have to sell out and rebuild. Like you cannot again. The worst place to be is 500. That's the worst place to be. And we have been 500 or a game or two above or below so many times. We've been a game or two above 500, but there was no way we were going to go to the Super Bowl or anything. We've been below a game or two below 500, and there was no way we were going to get a good draft pick that was going to make a difference. Yeah, I understand we did get Chase Young, and rookie of the year and everything else. But that didn't put us over the top. That didn't put us over the top. I hope you realize we still aren't rebuilding. They just didn't want to pay the money to retain either of them. Okay, but we got something for them. Look, we got what, like 9 draft picks, and half of them, we got 5 draft picks in the first 3 rounds. We have over
And
90.
newsflash, those people weren't going to be worth the money to re-sign them
Yeah, we
anyway.
weren't going to
Look
resign.
what
Yeah,
the defense was with them.
yeah.
So then you're going to dump more money into them? No. You were going to move on from them regardless. So you move on from them instead of getting bullshit comp picks in 2 off seasons from now. You get quality items back next year that can help you.
Hey, we got a 6-pack of Coke for Chase, but I mean that's more than a 6-pack we had with Chase. Like, what was Chase giving us? Yes, he was playing well. He only had 1 tackle last week. 1 tackle. No QB sacks. No QB hurries. No QB hits. He had 1 tackle. Like, I don't know why people are acting like Chase was like amazing and we should have got like a second or first round draft pick for him. Like tell me what play do you remember him making this year? Tell me what play do you remember him making this year? This is how I view like dominant defensive ends. Tell me what play do you remember him making this year? None.
I know he
None.
played well in the first Philly game.
Okay. 1 game. That's 1 game. What I'm saying is he wasn't worth keeping if he wasn't going to be effective. And we had to get something for him. And I granted, yes, did I want something more for him? Yes, of course. But if we're all in for the rebuild, then we got to go ahead and go through the rebuild. We got to
And
go
guess
through.
what, B Parks? We lost those games. So
Yeah,
what does it matter?
we exactly.
Great, he showed up. We still fucking
He
lost.
showed up. But we all right. Let B Parks. Let me know. Put in the chat what you think all in is. Like we can't sell our whole team. We still need to play these last games, this last half of the season. So we can't just go ahead and like trade 6
Yeah,
players.
it's not like the NBA or MLB where you can just basically just move guys like, no, don't stay, don't drop your bags because you're going right the fuck out the door too.
Like, but that's the thing, girl. We wasn't gonna pay him at the end of the season. We weren't gonna pay him anything. There was no way we were gonna pay him to come back and do what? Do the same thing that he's been doing?
This was a bottom 5 defense with all of them together. It didn't work. You got a top 36 pick for Sweat. That's a great deal. And you got something for Chase, who you clearly didn't want past this year anyway because you didn't extend his 5th year option.
Yeah, see, I think that was telling to me. That was telling to me when they didn't extend his option out. They're considering. They're considering. Chase is the only trade that bothered you. Why did it bother you? Because it was Chase, or because you didn't get enough for him? I think that's the other thing that you have to come to a realization is that they were shopping him, and nobody was giving us anything for him. So what do you want them to do? Just wait till the end of the season and not get nothing? Not get nothing? Like,
Another thing that this tells me is that they're going to spend that cap room in this offseason.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know where it's going to, whether or not it's going to be on O line or replacements for the two of them, or if they feel Sam Howell's not working out, whatever. But you trade Chase Young to get an actual real third round pick, because if you start signing a bunch of free agents in the offseason, you're not going to get that comp pick.
I don't know who's available this offseason. That's an interesting question.
Everybody,
It said everybody. Everybody's gonna
everybody's
be up.
available at some point. Yeah, so it's not even worth speculating right now.
Yeah.
Did anybody think Tyreek Hill was available 2 years ago? No, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams signed some amazingly astronomical contract, and then the Chiefs are going, "Oh yeah, Tyreek, yeah, you're gone. Bye.
So
Yeah, we can't afford you."
So girl asks, do you trust Washington management to rebuild for the better? So not the management that's in place right now, no. But
Which will
I
not be there
expect,
in the
yeah,
offseason.
exactly. I expect this management, the coach, a lot of the staff, the GM to all be gone and relieved from their duties at the end of the season. So while I don't trust the management, the current management, I want to say I trust the ownership because that's ultimately who's going to be putting people in place. So I think I trust the ownership to do the right thing. What about you? You trust the ownership? I know you don't trust the management.
Yeah, I trust. I mean, because at this point, if you don't trust the owners to put in, then what's the fucking point of rooting for the team then? They're new. They have the track. They have the good graces right now. So you have to see with a full season and see who they hire to do all this stuff, and you just go from there.
You expect to switch management and players in one season? Why not? I mean, management is pretty easy. Once new management is in there, then they can pick the players that they want. And I think that's important. Like, I, I, I don't think that's a tough ask.
How is that a tough ask? It
That's
literally
what that's their
happens
job.
every offseason
Yeah,
in every sport.
yeah, that's their job. It is not a tough ask. I think a tough
He will
ask.
be fired the day after the Super Bowl,
Yep,
and they will hire people. If he's not fired before, I'm sorry, the day after the playoffs,
the
he will
day
be
after the play.
fired. They'll all be let go, and then they'll start their hiring processes. If they haven't really started, I'm sure they already have people that they're looking to talk to already. That's probably part of the reason why the Raiders fired all their people, because I guess their assistant GM or whatever is highly regarded as somebody people were looking to interview.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they're well, hopefully they're firing the coach and the GM because there's nothing worse than a new GM coming in and
No, no, no,
he
no, yeah.
can't pick his coach.
That whole building is gone. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gone. Everybody in there,
Hey,
because
nobody's safe.
nobody's the secretary. No, we talked about
Yeah,
this
we did talk
last
about this.
year. The guy that cooks the lunches, the guy that opens the door,
Gone,
the valet people,
gone.
like like Denzel said in Man on Fire. anybody who profited from it, anybody who knew about it, anybody who looks at me funny, I'm killing them all. They're all gone. They're all out of there.
So let me ask you: if you're GM, would you also get rid of the enemy? You would fire everybody? I'm asking you, not what other people would do. What would you do?
I would want to see how how this team looks offensively and how much progress Sam Howell has. If Sam Howell continues to play well and shows if he can cut down on the sacks and make plays and look like he's looked for the majority of the games this year, that would at least give me enough pause to to potentially keep the enemy around and possibly offer him, at least an interview for the coaching job. But if Hal falls off a cliff,
Hey.
then then it's just clean house.
All right. Let's see.
What about you? What do you think?
About the whole be enemy thing.
Well, I mean, any of that. Oh, you
Look,
kept asking me. So, like, what's do you have any contrary opinion?
I want everybody gone. I want a clean. I want a clean house. Now, if you rehire the enemy, that's fine. But I want a clean house. I want the GM to feel comfortable, be able to come in and pick the guys that he wants to pick. I don't know who that GM is. I don't even know the GM candidates that are available. Um, so, but we'll see. We'll see. As far as like the whole sweat and chase, like I said, I just wish they got rid of more people. Like,
Yeah.
I would not be mad if I like everybody that's been there that I don't know. I just want a full re. If that means we got it now, what do you think if they don't go after anybody next year and they just go ahead and trade a whole bunch of picks for the next year? So meaning that they're probably gonna suck next year, and then the full reboot happens in 5. Would that be okay with you? Even if that's what they said they're gonna come out and do? Shut your
What are you
mouth,
asking?
Garo. I said, what if they came out and said, look, we're not gonna make too many moves this year. We're looking at 2025. Build this roster.
I don't necessarily see why they would say that.
Okay. I kind of like that
Yeah,
too,
I
B
don't.
Parks. I kind of like seeing Ron fired early and give EB a test run, but I think they want Ron in the front office, and I don't think you can put him in the front
No,
office.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
what?
no,
No Ron
no,
in the front office?
no,
You
no,
don't think he's a
no,
good culture guy?
no, not anymore. No,
Not anymore. What? So what
no,
happened that he's not a good culture guy now?
no,
Can you not hold on? So you're only a good culture guy if you're a good head coach.
no.
Hey,
He is now contributing to this losing culture. The his what he's done to improve the culture here is completely overblown now because we're still an embarrassment most games on the field. It's slightly better than what it was under Snyder, but it's not good enough to excuse the same bullshit things that happen to this team week after week for 4+ years. I thought if they had a decent season this year, he could move up into that front office and be whatever figurehead or whatever. But the fact that they have continually to get embarrassed again in primetime games, or he's made out to look like a complete bozo as a coach, brings back all that negative shit that was happening before. So no, he's gone. He's walking out the door. Give me your key card. Give me your playbooks. Give me all your paraphernalia. We're associating you with the Snyder regime. You gone. See ya.
Hey, that's it?
Yeah, nah, he's gone. Gone, gone. Solid gone. Whiskey gone.
So,
I don't want him anywhere near this front office. I don't want him in the building. I don't want him in the state. Your shit's been revoked. Take it easy.
yeah, I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it. Respect your opinion. I, and that's where I am at. I think Ron has reached his ceiling as a coach, but I think he could still be somebody in the front office that can help change this culture within the organization, not on the field. His on the
Nah.
field stuff is over with. And that's why I feel like you can't fire him. Like there's no way to fire him and then move him to a front office somewhere. Like he has to step down. Now, if he steps down and they make EB interim head coach, I would love to see how that would work. I would love to see how that would work. But yeah, can't. I don't think you can fire a guy. And I know we fired you
No,
at this.
no. He lost that chance when they started out 3-6, and they got absolutely butt fucked by the Chicago Bears on Thursday Night Football, who
That's
hadn't won a game in a year and a half. No, no, no. You
see.
got to go, bro.
I see. Hold on.
You got to go.
So I don't. So to me, I don't think it's because they lost. I think it's
They were down 30-0 at
oh,
halftime.
listen.
That's culture. That's a losing
It's
culture.
how they look. Yeah, but if it's okay. So you saying? So are you saying that we should have enough skill to beat the Chicago Bears? We
You
we have
have enough
enough
skill
skill
to
on
not
this
be down
team.
30 points at halftime at home.
He didn't have them boys
At
ready.
home.
He didn't have. But see, to me, that's a whatchamacallit. That's a coaching thing.
That's a
But
culture thing that he's created under his. It's constantly like that. No, he's got to go. It's a got to go situation.
so all right. I get it. I get it. He's a bad coach. I get it. Like to me, I don't like his position after that Bears loss. Like he should have been. I don't like coaches that come in and are nonchalant and are okay with losing. And I think that's where Rivera is right now. He's nonchalant and he's okay with losing. Like he is, uh, yeah, we just have to be better. We just have to be focused. No, I need a coach that's gonna be like, man, I am so pissed right now. Like there's no way that we should have looked like that, and that's on me. Like I need one of those coaches. I hate the coaches that, yeah, we just didn't execute out there. Got to be better. Um, we'll see. We'll go take a look at film and see where we can improve. No, you just got your ass handed to you by a team that hasn't won in the last 14 games.
Or a team that had none of its starting offensive linemen.
Yes, and you couldn't touch the quarterback.
and you couldn't touch him. Yeah, got to go. Got to go. His stink has to be completely erased from this organization.
Hey.
We have Doug Williams to be the community manager. We don't need Ron fucking Rivera.
Okay. All right.
Next topic.
I mean, we didn't even get to some of these other trades that went down.
Fucking care. Nobody cares. We only care about our trades.
All right.
Next.
Next topic. Next topic.
Shit about Ezra Cleveland going to Jacksonville. Nobody cares.
You don't
We'll
care.
move
You
on.
don't care about Leonard Williams going to Seattle?
Good for them. He can have all the Starbucks he wants. Next.
All right. QB change in Atlanta. Ritter is down and out. Heineke, familiar name to Commanders fans, is now the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Does he take them to the playoffs? Simple question.
No. No. And that's all I want to talk about on that subject because we got Mr. Heinego propaganda in the chat. So that's he got his 15 seconds. Next.
Anything you want to say on Heineke's defense, B Parks? That division is ass. Heinego will be in the playoffs. All right, next.
You know what?
Oh.
You should make B Park put up his mod sword for that. If they don't make the playoffs, he loses his sword. How much he believe in Heinego now?
That actually sounds legit. You know, put your sword where your mouth is. Put your sword where your mouth is. I like that too.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. I like that. I like that. Okay. All right. Hey, if you think the Falcons are the best team in a bad division, sounds like you're putting your sword up. Let's move on to the Cowboys Eagles. Big game in week 9. Who needs this win more? I mean, I feel like that's an easy question. But who needs it more? We'll start with that question. Who needs it more? Cowboys or Eagles?
I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I'll make the argument for the Eagles. I'll say they're leading the division. They're only one game ahead of them. I know Cowboy fans think that because they split with them last year that, they're just as good. And the Eagles are still trying to I don't think they've quite gotten back to how explosive and how good they were last year. Like they still are playing a lot of these close games. So I think convincing win against Dallas to where they look good, I think that would probably go a lot farther to make them talked about as probably being the best team in the NFL at this point.
So it's funny because I was gonna make the case for well, like you said, they're leading the division. This is a home game for the Eagles. Like if you was to ask people who's the better team, I think most people would say the Eagles. So that's why I feel like they need this game more. Because if the Cowboys lose, you can say, the Eagles are a better team. The Cowboys were on the road. Cowboys lost to a better team. But like if you're the Eagles and you lose, oh wow. So maybe the Cowboys are the best team in this division now. Maybe now that they're both one 6-2 and the other one 7-2, is the Cowboys division to lose now. So I feel like with all that said, I feel like the Eagles need this game more than the Cowboys. Who has to have a big game for the Cowboys to win? Like if this one
Parsons.
person has the best game of his life, they win.
I think it's Parsons.
And we are on the same wavelength today. Yes. Yes. People want to say it's Dak. No, it's Michael Parsons. If
Yeah.
Michael Parsons shows up and shows out, that Eagles offense is in a world of trouble. Like I have no doubt that the Cowboys will probably be able to move the ball up and down on the Eagles defense. I mean, we just saw Sam Howell throw for 4 touchdowns, right? Like we saw Sam Howell
Yeah.
throw for 4 touchdowns. So like if Michael Parsons and that group can find a way to slow down and stifle Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard, Swift, and all of them, they have a good chance of beating the Eagles. Because I don't think the offense is going to have that much trouble moving the ball. Yeah, Diggs has been out the last like 4 games. Out for the year. Bland and D Law need to have big games. Parsons will have a good game already. Yeah, but see, if Parsons has a great game, that just makes Bland and D Law their life easier. And who Gilmore, right? Like I think
Stephon Gilmore, yeah.
yeah, I just think that makes their life easier. They can start sitting on routes. They can be more physical at the line, not worried about knowing that the quarterback only has a short time to get that ball out. I think you'll see Jalen Hurts run. Remember what the Eagles did to Dallas last year? Just ran raid option at Parsons the whole game.
Yeah, and I wouldn't surprise me if if Philly takes a look at what San Francisco did to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And because San Francisco for the most part kind of took Parsons out of that game.
Yep.
So I could definitely see just it being a more running style attack to try to tire him out and make him less effective as a pass rusher. And it's going to be interesting to see what how much more Byard plays for Philly, but he's got a little bit
Oh
longer
yeah.
week to examine because that's really
They had so many
probably their weak link.
yeah,
Is,
their weak link was definitely their back end. They had so many
yeah.
miscommunication, um, guys out of position. I think with a veteran like Byard coming in, they would short that up. So with all that said, who do you have winning?
I'm not picking the Cowboys. Fuck that. I hate the Cowboys. I can't fucking stand the Eagles coach. So a tie.
A tie.
Yeah, let it be a tie. Fuck them both over.
I got the Eagles winning, but I would take a tie. 10 out of 10. I'd take a tie all day in that. All right. Go ahead and pick some games before we get out of here. I actually have a franchise game coming up. So go ahead. We start the thing off Thursday night. Titans at Steelers. Steelers sitting at 4-3. Minka Fitzpatrick is not going to play, I don't think.
Yeah,
Um,
he's already been ruled
he's already
out.
been ruled out. Yeah. So, man, I'm just surprised the Steelers just keep winning. I just look at their roster and be like, how are they winning? Is Kenny Pickett
Well,
that?
and when Sunday,
No, I know they didn't win Sunday, right? Who you have winning this game though?
ugh, God, this is going to be an absolute shit show. Um,
Levis gonna get exposed.
Give me the Steelers because I think their defense can maybe make enough of a play to win like a 17-13, 2017, just absolute bore fest.
All right. All right. I got
I
this.
think this is going to be a game that people are going to be watching until like, okay, what time's Loki come on? Oh, okay, cool. Click.
All right. I got the Steelers too. Um yeah. All right. In London, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the Dolphins at Chiefs. What a game to have to wake up early to see. Like this is ridiculous. This is a primetime game, people. This is a primetime game. The
Yeah,
six
I'm
and
getting
two
sick of these.
Dolphins and the
Pay
six
all
and
this
two
money for
Chiefs.
Sunday ticket, and they keep showing all these fucking Europe games at 8 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
Like this is crazy. This is going to be a good game that nobody's going to see. Who do you have? Dolphins at Chiefs. Taylor Swift will definitely be in London.
Cheerio.
There we go. IT good Nick.
What's up, bro? Um, Miami never beats good teams, but the Chiefs look like shit this Sunday. Um, Give me Miami.
You Miami. Okay. All right. All right.
Give me Miami. Sooner or later, they got to beat a good team.
They have to.
Thinking maybe they can catch the Chiefs now in a little bit of a lull as they try to figure out their garbage ass fucking receiving core.
I like the Dolphins in this as well. I think like you said, I think, maybe, it sucks that the Chiefs came off a loss because I feel like their attention is going to be uber focused. I mean, it's usually already focused, but, they want to get back on their winning ways. But I like the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. All right, got another. Oh, got the Vikings and the Falcons, both 4-4. No Kirk Cousins, of course. Heineke, first home game in front of the home crowd. Who do you have?
God damn it.
It shouldn't be this hard, but it
This
is.
is the game. Oh God. He's good for one good game, and I think this is it. So give me the Falcons.
Ugh. I feel you.
Like
I have
bottling my
I
mouth.
have that same taste in my mouth as well. I do not want to pick the Falcons. One, because I have a bet against a Falcons fan, and two, I just don't believe in Heineke. But I gotta believe in him more than whoever's going to be under center for the Vikings.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so that's and like you said, he's going to have at least one in him. This is probably it in front of the home fans. He's going to do he's going to do a dive to a pylon. He's going to run. He's going to be
He's gonna
energetic.
play all the hits. He's gonna underthrow a wide open wide receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's going to underthrow, and then he's going to come back and break a tackle in the backfield and run for 20 yards to get back the 16 yards he lost the previous two downs. Like this is what Heineke does. It's all smoke and mirrors. And sometimes he comes out successful. This probably is the game that he comes out successful. Pitts will still not be viable. Perfect. All right, we got a good game in Baltimore. The 5-2 Seahawks travel across the states to go to Baltimore to face the 6-2 Ravens. One of these teams will get their third loss of the season. I'm picking the Ravens. I feel like they're on a roll right now. Lamar Jackson is playing really well. I got the Ravens. Nothing.
Um, man, do I want to pick this?
I'm gonna pick the Seahawks.
I think I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Okay. Seahawks. I got the Ravens. No, I'm not definitely not sleeping on the Seahawks. I think they're a really good team. I think they definitely want to keep their momentum, especially now that they're the top dog in the NFC West. So all right, speaking of NFC West, we got the NFC West bottom dwellers in the Cardinals going against the 4-3 Browns. Browns need to keep pace now that the Bengals are starting to catch up. Now Ravens are in the lead. Pittsburgh is at 4-3 as well. Browns at the bottom of that division. Who do you have in this one? No Kyler Murray, not even Josh Dobbs under center for the Cardinals. I got to pick the Browns. Nah, Kyler's not back.
Yeah, give me. I'm never picking a guy that's named Clayton Tune to win a football game. So
This
yeah,
is they got to do with anything.
his name's got everything to do. Clayton Tune. Does that instill confidence in you, Shop, to go out and win a football game?
No, actually, it doesn't.
There you go. So give me the
Maybe,
Browns.
maybe if his name was Clayton Bigsby, but Clayton Tune, no.
No. This is a game I call YouTube customer support and say block this game out. I do not want to see it on my four pack of mixed games.
Was good, great one. All right, we got 2 5-loss teams in Green Bay when the Rams come and face the Packers. Rams got torched by Dallas the week before. Packers, who knows what they're doing? Who do you have in this one? This one's a gimme. I might go with the Rams.
Really?
Yeah, really.
If Stafford plays, I'll say the Rams. If he doesn't,
Oh, Stafford's not playing? If Stafford's not
he's
playing, then
he hurt
Packers.
his thumb. I don't
I
know he's been
remember.
ruled out yet, but yeah, he might not be playing.
Yeah, if Stafford's not playing, I'm picking
Um,
the Packers.
yeah, yeah. If Stafford plays, I'll go Rams. If he doesn't, then I think the Packers win like 13-10 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be really ugly. It's gonna be really
I'm rooting for Cooper Cup to get fantasy points. That's what I'm rooting for.
ugly. All right, we have the 4-loss teams in Houston when the Buccaneers face the Houston Texans. Both are 3-4. Man, DJ Stroud lost the battle of the rookie quarterbacks last week against the Panthers, who got their first win. Bucks. Ugh. Who do you, do you have to go with the Bucks? No, CJ Stroud's been looking good except for last week. You know what? I'm taking the home team. I'm taking the Texans.
Tell him, Ross. Packers by 50.
Please, Ross, say that. That way I'll pick the Rams now. Please say Packers by
Uh,
50.
Tampa Bay's not terrible.
No, they're not.
Yeah, let's give me Houston. Let's see what they do on a bounce back after a game that they probably should have won, and see if they maybe open it up a little bit more for CJ Stroud to maybe make some more plays down the field.
All right, we got the 2-6 Bears versus the 4-4 Saints. I'm picking the Saints. Huh? I can't pick them. Confident.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Going with the Saints. We need that second round pick to be as good as it can
It's as
possibly
good as
be.
it can be. Exactly. 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 All right. We had the 3-5 Colts versus the 1-6 Panthers. And the Colts haven't looked the same since the rookie quarterback went down. Jonathan Taylor's starting to get more carries. So I
Well,
wanna go Colts.
it's the same. The coaching. He had 12. Was it? Yeah, he had 12 carries for 94 yards in the first half. He got 2 touches the entire second half of that game. So it's continuing with the, oh, well, let's not give our best player the ball.
I don't like
And on the mustache, the gambler, still
it.
throwing interceptions, but they do score points. The problem is they can't cover a fucking soul out there. They made Derek Carr look like the fucking Ken Stabler and the Raiders of the 70s. Um, so give me the Colts.
Okay.
For Strays alone, give me the Colts. Shout out to Strays. He
Shout
ain't
out to
in
Sha
here, but that Maryland podcast connection coming soon. He'll know that I put it out there in the ether.
There we go. There we go. All right. The 2-6 Giants go to the 3-5 Raiders. Do the Raiders now with an interim head coach? We see a little bit more fire. I mean, I felt like they had fire, but do we see a win? Or do the Giants roll in Oakland or in Vegas? I'm going with the Giants.
Again, I got to see who's playing. If I'm not picking the Giants, if Danny DeVito is going to be
Oh
the
yeah, that's
quarterback,
right. That's right.
so
That's right. Yeah,
there's
but
no way they're going to
Jimmy
be able to
Jimmy
line up
Jimmy
Saquon
G
Barkley
is
to get
benched too, so
76
it's gonna
touches in
be
one game.
it's gonna be the battle of two third string quarterbacks.
If Danny DeVito is starting for the Giants, give me the Raiders.
Okay. All right. Then we got the Cowboys at Eagles. I picked the Eagles. You picked the Eagles. We can skip that. We talked
Yeah,
about that already.
we don't.
Um. Oh, this one's a juicy one. Sunday night game. 5-3 Bills go to Burrowland to face the Bengals, who are
That
four and
is
three.
not the Sunday night game.
That's not the Sunday night game.
Isn't the Sunday night game? I thought
No, that's the
isn't.
Sunday night
Oh no,
game.
that's Raiders. That's next week. My bad. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, that's the Sunday night game.
You're right. It's next week. It's the Raiders and the Jets,
Oh
and
yeah.
they didn't flex out. That's right.
Um. So what you have? You got the Bills,
Doesn't Joe
or
Burrow kind of own Josh Allen at this point?
I think he does. I think he does. But
Isn't that his son?
I mean, look, Bengals have this thing of every time they beat somebody, like they own. Like, didn't they have the whole thing uh with KC? Wasn't at one time Mahomes, Joe Burrow's son?
Well, it wasn't until that guy personal foul Mahomes like 4 inches out
The
of bounds and then
four
kick a field goal to
millimeters.
beat them in the
4
AFC
millimeters.
Championship game.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That man,
they
that
would. Yeah,
it's
if
crazy
that had
how
to happen,
one
they would
call.
probably still own Kansas
Yes,
City.
I agree. It's crazy how one call changes like the
The narrative.
perception, yeah, the narrative of
Yeah.
everything. Like, just imagine if that doesn't get called. Like, that's one less Super Bowl. That's Earl Land talk. Phantom ass fifth down play.
There you go. Uh,
All right, who you
I heard
have?
that's going to be Taylor Swift's name of her next album.
Phantom ass fifth down play.
Uh,
I'm picking the
yeah, man,
Bengals.
Burrow back, baby. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
picking the
ride.
Bengals. They're on a roll right now. Josh Allen, maybe. All right, we got the 3-4 Chargers at the 4-3 Jets. I don't think Ritter is benched. I think Ritter got hurt. I don't think
Well,
he
that's
was.
what they're going to hype on.
Yeah. Chargers at Jets. Chargers at Jets. I'm taking the Jets. I still don't believe it.
This will be Justin Herbert's coming out party. 345 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Give me a stat.
And he dominates the Jets.
Give me a stat. Did you know? Putting them on the spot.
I don't have a stat.
Oh my goodness. Don't have a stat for today.
No stats for today.
No stat for today.
Very boring week.
Yo, I'm with you, Izzy. I think Herbert's going to throw a game-ending pick. He's done it so many times in his career. Why would this be any different? The Jets found a way to win last week. They'll find a way to win this week.
Tough.
All right, well, that's our show for today. Y'all, appreciate y'all watching. And make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like the video. Comment in the comment section who your favorite team is and what do you think they're going to do. That's what I want to see in the comment section. If you are over watching this, I see a couple of people. They're watching it right now.
Shout out YouTube. Always remember, Twitch is better. Suck it.
You know what? We did forget the Washington at Patriots game. Wanted to say that today. But Washington, the 3-5 Commanders face the 2-6 Patriots in New England. Look, I'm picking the Commanders all day, every day. So what do you think about this game? How do you feel about this game?
You know what? I just found a stat. I just found some. I realized that I just got a text notification on my phone.
Oh, what about
Teams
what game?
that trade their team on this game.
Oh, okay.
Teams that trade both of their starting defensive ends going on the road to a franchise that used to be good, that has an old coach that drove away a Hall of Fame quarterback, are 47-3-8 against the spread.
47-3-8. Good. I like it. That's a great stat. That's a great stat. Commanders for the win.
Commanders, put the house on them.
Put the house.
Put it on now. Thank me later.
Put the house on it. That's what that man said. Put the house on it. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the show. I have a franchise game to play, so I am going to be back in like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. There's talk to the missus uh, back. But again, I appreciate my guy Big Stupid for co-hosting this show with me, coming up with great insights and color commentary. I call him the color commentary of the show. I'm the play-by-play guy. He's the color commentary. And thank goodness he can't believe I fell for that one too. Guess what, Taylor Swift?
Well, I'm just glad you didn't call yourself the color commentator because that probably would have got kicked us off
Ooh.
Twitch.
Yeah, that you're right. You're right. No, right. All right, guys. Y'all, I appreciate y'all watching. I will be back in 5 minutes. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Thank you, Big Stupid. All right, we are back. So I changed my throwing motion back to where it was because I feel like when ever since I changed